Perfect.
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Roger.
Cool. Lisa. We're talking about soft pulls today.
I love soft pulls.
A soft, what are we pulling?
So it's your credit.
Yes.
Yeah, so your credit. Sorry, we started with a layup. That's really good.
Yeah. That was good.
We're pulling credit. There's a hard pull.
Yes.
And then a soft pull. Most lenders will probably tell you that it's hard pull only.
Yeah, like that's your only option, hit to the credit. And like, that's kind of discouraging. If you're like, I just want to see where I'm at. And the lender's only option is like, I gotta pull your credit, sorry. That would make me not want to apply, maybe.
You know what though? We actually have this new program that will allow us to do soft pulls to do exactly that.
Yes.
Yay! Just to like help somebody, coach them through it, look at the credit report, look at how everything is structured, come up with a game plan and a path without that hitting of the credit, the trigger leads that come from it.
That's a big one.
Yeah, trigger leads are the worst. So can I explain what that is?
Yeah, I want to hear about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
So trigger leads happen whenever you get your credit pulled on a hard pull. Trigger leads are when the credit bureaus sell your information. Now listen.
Dirty.
They sell your information to like 200 lenders, most of them in Utah, Arizona, California, that have no business doing anything in Tennessee.
Certainly not local.
Not local at all. And they are just hammering the phones, calling you, texting you, leaving you messages. If you're in any sort of business that has to pick up the phone, your day is totally trashed at that point, unless you're on that do not call list.
Yeah.
But a soft pull kind of is one of those backdoor moves where the credit bureaus can't alert all of those trigger leads and sell your information. And so it gives us a moment and you a moment to get on that do not call list and have that start taking effect. And it gives us a moment to help you plan and get, your credit straight. If we need to fix anything, if we need to organize anything to make you successful when you go out to buy.
Yeah,
So,
which, fun fact, I don't think that people know that we do this as lenders, but if you are even like confused about where your credit's at or if it's too high, or well, there's no such thing as too high, let's be honest, but I guess
50 is about as good as you're gonna get.
Let's go. But like if it's high or maybe it's too low and you're like, can I even get a mortgage? Like, what do I do? And then you go and apply and it's maybe not as great as you thought it was gonna be. I don't think people realize that we actually have like a real plan, like a real like system software that says, do this, it'll improve this much. Do this, it'll improve this much. And we're able to like coach from a standpoint of like, you need this much cash, but you also need to pay this much off. So like, let's clean this thing up and get you qualified so that you can get a home in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. So.
Right, and this honestly, so some people don't want to get the process started until they're like, I'm gonna be buying next month. Well, that doesn't give your lender a lot of time to do those adjustments and tweak that credit and put you in the best position possible. But if you're thinking within the next year, I'm gonna buy, right? Then call us because we can do those soft pulls, help you get everything set up and structured and fix the credit and advise in advance. So by the time you're within that month of buying, you're good to go. We've increased your credit score. We've maybe taken care of your debt to income. We know what price point you're looking in. You're more directed and focused on your search.
Maybe you even got to like create a new budget and now you're like more prepared
Who doesn't love a budget?
Who doesn't love a budget? I recently heard it was called a money list and I like that term better.
Oh my gosh.
But
yes, I heard that.
She was like, it's a way of saying yes instead of a way of saying no. Anyways, that's another podcast for another day. But I think what you're saying resonates with me because if I can tell the story of when I thought that I would maybe want to.
Story time.
Story time. Okay. So here is Lisa. She's like, Becca, you say you want to buy a house like within the next year. You need to go ahead and get pre-qualified. And I was like, okay, I will. And here I am. I go out on the weekend and I'm rock climbing with my friends. We don't really have any service, but I do have my phone on me. And so we get to like the top of the climb time. And it's, first
And
of all,
you're thinking about mortgages.
well, I wasn't, because I was looking at the view and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And all of a sudden I got service and my phone started dinging and all my little notifications came through, and wouldn't you know, the cutest little house on Zillow popped up. So sorry to all my realtors out there. It's just fun to look sometimes, but, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the price range that like I think I could buy in. And I remember texting you and Corey literally from a mountaintop and saying, can I get pre-approved for this house? And you guys were like, how long have we been telling you to get pre-approved? And so I obviously wound up not, well, I guess I could have gotten that house if I really wanted to, but I did not get that house. I didn't move that fast on it. But like, once I got pre-approved, I was like, oh, I actually have a game plan and I know what I can afford. And I went from maybe I want to buy by the end of the year to buying within the next 6 months.
I mean, that's how it always happens, right? You all of a sudden have that little inkling of an idea that, hey, I may want to buy a house, and before you know it, the house is here.
Yep.
And so with these soft pulls, what it is it is a planning tool. It is a way for you, without any detriment to yourself, to your credit, to you're basically not committing to doing anything or the process or any of it, but you're taking a very safe look at what can I be approved for?
Yeah.
How does my overall picture look? It takes a lot of the fear and the resistance to getting started, that first step forward. It takes all of that out.
It's true.
Yeah.
With like no shame, no commitment, just like, let's see where we're at. Let's create a game plan.
Now, before we go into underwriting, we do have to do a hard pull.
Yes.
But at that point, you've already gone on the do not call list,
Yes.
and that has had time to season. And so you still probably will not get those trigger leads like you would if you had not taken these steps forward at the beginning.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
just saying.
I don't really know why you wouldn't inquire since we have soft credit pulls.
Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer,
Yeah.
especially if you just have that little inkling that you may want to buy. That means that somewhere deep down you definitely want to buy, and you just don't know how to get there. So let us give you the education, let us help you structure it, let us take some of that fear factor out and just propel you forward into what you truly want. You know?
Why not?
Seems so easy.
It's so easy.